I don't know what my Spotify is doing right now. Is it Ram Dass? Okay. Uh-oh, content missing. Hey, Kiara. For folks joining in from home on YouTube or Union, and folks just coming in the studio, Leanne, I have your book downstairs. Alex and I had our pre-retreat call last week and thought we were sold out and learned that we had one room left that I'm on the hook for. So if you have any friends or anyone you know, or you're impulsive and interested, say this to the folks at home too, a lot of the folks in the studio just heard this. I'll make any kind of deal. Hit me up if you want a deal to come to Greece. We can do a trade, we can do a forever payment plan. If you want to pay in full, you can come at cost, but I have this empty extra room. Anyone wants to do July 20th to the 26th in Greece with me and Alex and a crew of just some of the coolest people to hang out with for a week. I'd love for you to come, and if you're thinking me, then just do it. I'm also looking at the upcoming announcements later on today. Here around from 1:30 to 3:30, we have a fundraiser for the Root to Fruit Festival, giving garden, movement, meditation with crux and stones. Next weekend we have Art of Teaching Restorative Yoga, a weekend immersion with Eric. First weekend of August we have Foundations of Teaching Beginner Yoga with Eric, and then August 8th to the 10th I'm doing a mini immersion called Embodying the Three Queens. It's like 12 hours of yoga, meaning asana, pranayama, meditation, philosophy, comparative philosophy, lecture discussion, journaling, little mini immersion. And on August 23rd, Alex and Annie are doing the Wim Hof method and ice baths for yoga practitioners from 12 to 4. We're also outside all over the place all summer, so look out for Four Seasons, the Lotus, Ray Street Pier. I don't know when we're back at Pier, yeah, but that's happening again soon. Any requests? Okay, it's not a speak now or forever hold your peace model. Begin by making yourself as comfortable as humanly possible. Have a nice seat, sit tall, lean against a wall, or recline. Look for the breath. The entire physical practice of yoga is first and foremost in service to the breath, to the gift of life that each breath offers to you. This is the time we take to align ourselves, engage ourselves, and stretch ourselves with integrity through aligned engagements that the gift of life can flow in us, as us, through us, and from us more deeply, more fully, and more freely. This in turn has the effect of enhancing our bandwidth, our stamina, and our capacity for life to live more fully. Invite a slow, deep breath in through the nose, take it in and down, let it fill you up. And as you exhale, allow your outer body to soften and settle. Notice if there's anything in particular that you need or want from your practice of yoga today. That becomes the intention for your practice if you have one, and you hold it in your heart of hearts. And you return to it with each breath. And allow yourself to become more sensitive and receptive to whatever it is your practice has to offer to you today. Be sensitive and receptive to whatever it is your practice has to reveal to you today. Another deep breath in. You can take a full extra cycle of breath or two on each side of the stretch. More into a neutral spine position and walk your hands up to the top of your mat. If not already, walk your knees back a little bit. You can take the blanket with you. As you take a big breath in, float your shoulders towards your fingertips, and as you exhale, send your hips towards your heels. You're in puppy pose. Press the palms down and lift the underarms up, and as the underarms lift up, soften right between your shoulder blades. As you press the palms down and back, pull yourself to tabletop position. Let's come onto the forearms for this, just to give the wrist a break. You can interlace your fingers if you like. And with the knees on the ground, just stretch the right leg back, follow the foot on the ground, and press your right heel back until you each other. Feel the strength of your legs rise from the earth all the way up into your hips. As you draw energy from the earth up the legs, take the top of your left thigh back. You can bow forward a little bit to find and feel that action of the top of the back thigh rooting back. And then anchor the tailbone down. As you hug the right heel in, guide the inner right knee and thigh more open. One more breath, lean back over your shoulder blades. Turn the left palm up to the sky as you pull the feet towards each other. Inhale to warrior two. Push your front leg straight. And then as you exhale, right fingertips to a block inside or outside your front leg for triangle pose. You can always bring that top hand to the hip to alleviate any tension in your neck and shoulders. From the core of the pelvis, root through your legs, not onto your mat, but really think into the earth. And then like feet in stand, pull your feet towards each other so you feel the legs engage fully, especially the inner thighs. Feel those engage when you pull the feet towards each other. With the foundation firm, steady, and strong, you can lean back over your shoulder blades. Exhale, touch the earth, downward facing dog. Check it out. Pedal the feet from side to side. Notice what a difference makes. Notice if and how the light of awareness flows in and through the right side, more deeply, more fully. Is it more spacious? On your inhale, float the left leg to the sky. As you exhale, catch your lunge. Back heel to the ground. Left forearm to left thigh, reach the right arm overhead. Extended side angle, Parsva Konasana prep. Belly breathing. As you inhale, the belly expands, pull the feet towards each other, draw energy from the earth up the legs into the spacious belly. And as you exhale, belly contracts, root through the legs to extend through the spine, the crown, the right elbow crease, the fingertips. And as you hug the left heel in, open the inner left thigh more to the little toe, bend 1 more inch. As you turn the right palm to the sky, root through the top of your left thigh, anchor through your right leg. Inhale, warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Exhale, left fingertips to a block inside or outside the front leg. Right arm to the sky or right hand to the hip. It can be different from side to side. Make a choice that seems to you as though the energy flows more freely. Is it with the hand to the hip or the arm to the sky? As you root through the legs and pull the feet towards each other, you create a foundation on which you have the strength to open the upper body, the chest, the lungs, the heart. Lean back. 1 more of the deepest, slowest breaths. And on your exhale, plant the hand, step it back to downward facing dog. Find your breath, breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Think less of yourself as a body with a breath and more of yourself as a breath with a body. the fronts of the thighs too. So we'll do the other side, and then we'll do like another triangle pose or pyramid pose and see if that feels like a little bit more like you get into the belly of the hamstring. Downward dog, just like a little sequencing note to pull back the veil, / drink some water. Find your breath. Breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. On your inhale, float the left leg up and back. With your exhale, take it through to pigeon trap or low lunge. It doesn't have to be the same from side to side. You do you. So here's going to be a thigh stretch on the right side. If you're in the lunge, blocks high inside the front leg. If you're in pigeon, take your blocks high in front of you. We're framing your hips. And then we'll all bend the back leg, and with the right hand, find the right foot. And the key is to press the right knee down and forward as you draw the right shoulder up and back. If you feel steady, you can bring your left hand onto your left thigh or reach the left arm to the sky. As you press the back knee down and forward, try to move your hips back towards your back heel at a faster rate than you're pulling your heel towards your hip. One more breath into what can't be seen. And gently release, take it back to downward dog. Did y'all feel a thigh stretch if you were open to receiving a thigh stretch? Okay. Let's do it this way. Right leg through to lunge. Pivot your feet to the left for a wide-legged forward hold. Take your feet at a distance that you can wrap your hands around your outer shins and brace your calves. You can bring your feet closer together or farther apart to make that connection. Just adjust as needed. And as you wrap your hands around your shins and brace your calves, you're going to pull your calves up and forward, like you're pushing your calves forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to hug your shoulder blades together. So you have the shoulder stretch and you hug the shoulder blades together. Bend your knees a lot. It'll help you get the shoulder blades together. And as you hug the shoulder blades together, here's the key. Pull your calves forward and up. Hug your shoulder blades together. And keeping that, push your thigh bones back. Straighten your legs, not from your knees, but from your thigh bones pressing back. As you pull the calves forward and hug the shoulder blades together. Breathe. As you exhale, release, turn the right knee and toes through lunge. And take it back to downward dog. Does that make sense? It should. As you inhale, float the left leg up. Exhale, catch your lunge. Find your blocks, rock back onto your front heel and insert the block under the ball of the front foot. And push your front leg straight. Bring a block on as high as height under the right hand. And bring your left hand to your left hip crease and pull the left, you're facing the front of your mat. Or are we all on different sides? Okay, so just switch it over. You do whatever side you're in, so just switch it, it's not left foot forward. Bring your right hand to the block, left hand to the hip, and as you push the ball of the front foot into the block, pull your left hip crease back. Lift your back heel high and wrap your right hip forward. enjoy and savor any newfound space. Lift the heels high, bend the knees deep, stick your butt out, think full moon action. Lift the sitting bones high and wide. The more you bend your knees, maybe the higher you can lift your butt. Now keeping that, lift your thigh bones to the height of your sitting bones. Press your thighs high to the sky and let the heels get heavy. Breathe, feel, notice. Walk your hands towards your feet. The heels will come down. Bow to your heart. Find your breath. And as you inhale, hug the feet to the midline. Reach all the way up, standing tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Are we warmish? Yeah, cool. I thought we were 22 today, but does this look like more than 22? Yeah, can't count anymore. Second kid just. But we can go to the wall, right? Larry students, will you help us? Raise your hand if you're a Larry student. Help us get to the wall. Everyone find a place at the wall. Oh, oopsies. Does that feel okay for you too? You can move the plant if you can get it if it's in your way. Okay. Okay. Bring your blocks and your blanket. You can bring your things with you for now. Okay. Let's come into a tabletop position with the hands on blocks facing the wall. I'm just going to talk you through it. I'm not going to show. We're not inverting yet. Okay, so you're going to come into tabletop position facing the wall. Let's step the right foot to lunge. You're gonna want your hands on blocks, either framing the foot, framing the front leg, or inside the front leg. That kind of just depends on the shape of your pelvis. So you can really get in these hamstrings. Okay, you're gonna scooch and magooch. Again, another technical term today. I'm full of them. So that your heel comes to the wall and the ball of your foot comes up the wall. So you're gonna make a footprint on the wall. The back knee to the ground. You can walk your back leg forward or back as needed to get the sole of the foot, like you're making a footprint on the wall. Is that clear? Call me over if you're not sure. And then again, blocks framing the hips, or I personally like blocks inside the front leg. I don't know if I always preferred it that way or didn't know I preferred it that way until prenatal yoga, just giving myself a permission. Yeah, that's so much better than framing. Some of our pelvises. Walk your, press the foot into the wall. Put a little micro bend in the knee. And then rather than pressing the knee down, press your thigh bone towards the earth. Whew. If you want more, Otherwise, let's come into downward facing dog. Hands, if you like hands on blocks, you can have hands on blocks, or you put your blocks to the sides. Then come into downward facing dog with your heels up the wall. So you have from like flexion to rolling. You're gonna stretch your sit back on your heel. Sarah's asking a question or offering something.
Like I know in the Hanumanasana story,
Yeah.
when you change the orientation of the poses, like when you do it up the wall, is it different or is that just like a modern twist?
It's not, this is actually, it's a great question. I'm sure you could like twist them and weave them together. This pose isn't actually from the story. Standing split is actually called Urdhva Prasarita Ekapidasana, which is more named for the body parts and direction that you're facing than it is for like a sage or a deity. Urdhva Prasarita Ekapidasana, which is standing split, and a lot of times like the splits just get like defaulted to Hanuman. But it's more like conditioning or preparing for full Hanuman, which is the split and symbolic for those who don't know what Sarah's talking about. In the Ramayana, which is probably like the most famous epic of the Hindu tradition, which is, okay, don't let me loose on this. This is what an August immersion weekend is for. But in that story, Hanuman, this monkey deity, becomes Ram's like devoted servant, and Ram's beloved Sita is abducted by an evil demon king. That's like kind of how the traditional story goes. Also, I just read the Iliad and the Odyssey, and very similar to this story of Helen, right? Yeah, it's like, I'm like, oh, that's a similar story. Like, was she abducted or did she go willingly? Yeah, like way back in those oral traditions, we were sharing stories, right? Hanuman. So in this battle to save Sita from the king that abducted her, he leaped from what is the tip of India today to what is Sri Lanka. Back then it was known as Vara, like the Mahabharata, to Lanka. He was the king of Lanka, and he makes this leap. He's known for that split. That's why this split pose is named for Hanuman. So me trying to make a long story that could have been way shorter. No. Okay, thanks. Not even did. Let's do tabletop with the hands on blocks facing the center of the room. And be like, let's see how this goes. We'll adjust as needed. Take the blocks high and step your right foot to lunge. Tuck your back toes under and walk your back foot to the wall now. And now scoot your front foot forward as much as you can. And now flex your front foot, rock back onto your heel, and shift your hips back for runner stretch. Now blocks framing the front leg or inside the front leg. And yeah, some people have their back knee down, some people have it lifted. I'm fine with that. Like typically you would have the back knee down, but if that's dicey, if you on your knee, you certainly have the back knee lifted. And then you can slide, I'm on bamboo, so I make it look a little easier. You can slide the front heel forward, but keep pressing your back heel into the wall. It's gonna have an extra challenge for you all with that floorboard That's, anyone else feel that?
Normally it's a lot hard, like,
To hoist, you're like
Yeah.
hoisting this
yeah.
dense, heavy part of ourselves up. And like now there's like literally the light of awareness in your legs now makes you lighter. Yeah. We had all day, we would do arm balances and it would blow your mind. Okay, so the next one is gonna be for sharpening your mind, the upside down place. Once you're in, either after 3 good breaths or in lieu of 3 good breaths, because it depends on your stamina there, you're going to look left and look right, you're upside down, this would be in relationship to yourself and space. And then you're gonna look up and down. And this is where the wires get crossed when you're upside down, because when you look up Not at all. Oops. I was looking at the wrong one. Oops. Wrong way. Sorry, friends at home. Okay. And let's come into downward facing dog. Pedal your feet a little bit, just reorient yourself to the breath, to the earth, to the heart, breath to heart, heart to mind, mind to body. Notice what you feel, how it feels, where you feel it. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale for cobra, cobra dog, or up dog. And exhale to your belly and find your way onto your back, slowly at your own pace. Knees bent, feet on the ground. Have your knees and feet hips width apart, bend your elbows alongside. And as you press your elbows down, puff up through your chest, your lungs, your heart, and slide the shoulder blades together. And as the shoulder blades come together, sorry, Elise. Stand through your feet to lift your hips up for bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Turn your toes in a little more. Toes turn towards each other, heels apart. So think like if your feet were magnets, the balls of your feet would be magnetizing towards each other and the heels would be repelling. And the knees would be hugging towards each other and the fronts of your inner thighs. You can bring your hands to rest on your midsection. You can keep the arms just as they are. You can press your palms into the earth. You can press the palms into the earth and then turn the palms up to get more external rotation in the upper arms. If you know it and love it, you might interlace your hands behind your back if it feels accessible. Lift the chin and press the center back of your skull down into the earth. And from the palate, the roof of your mouth, extend out through your knees and down through your feet. Bring your legs together. Zip lock. Bend the right knee in towards the chest and then stretch your right heel to the sky. Then you're going to hold the roof up with your right heel. Bring your awareness to your bottom leg, and as you inhale, hug the bottom knee in, and as you exhale, press the bottom foot down and forward. Notice if we raise the roof an inch higher. As you inhale, hug the bottom knee in. As you exhale, press the foot down and forward. Right foot to the floor, hips to the floor, and rest. For those of you who are taking the down version, the hands interlaced behind the back, this isn't for everyone, but for some folks with the hands interlaced, you can lower your pelvis down onto your forearms and get a mega shoulder stretch. You don't want to force that though. It's like if it feels accessible, go for it. Do not force it. Okay, we're going to do the second side. Any questions about the first side? Hope you remember our time together when you feel this in your legs for the next couple days. Hope you remember it with fondness. Knees bent, feet on towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself the sweetest and most loving embrace. Cross the right leg over the left leg. Take your arms out to the sides in cactus. Shift your hips to the right and lower your legs to the left. Let the breath massage the visceral body. The inhale draws the legs up through center. Uncross, shift the hips to neutral, switch the cross left over right. Shift your hips to the left and lower the knees to the right for your supine twist. Let the breath be deep and full, as deep and as full as requires the least amount of effort. Inhale the legs through center. Uncross, shift the hips to neutral. Either take a strap around the ball of your right foot or interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Stretch your left leg out long. Stretch your right heel to the sky. Press your bottom heel, knee and thigh to the ground. And press your top thigh, your right thigh back into your hamstrings. And then release the strap. Actually, you know what? Let's take both sides of the strap. Does everyone have a strap? Let's take both sides of the strap into your right hand. And open the right leg out to the right. It's the sound of connection and disconnection if you're not familiar. Sorry, Lisa, I'm gonna step over you again.
As long as you step back, because there's like a superstition about stepping over people.
Oh yeah, I never heard of that, but I'll do that.
Okay. So just to go back the same way.
So step back over
So
you.
step over
Okay.
me.
Thank you. Inhale the leg through center. Take both sides of the strap in the left hand and take the leg across the body to the left. Go slow. Extend through your heels more. Occupy all that newfound space through the backs of the legs. This is better, you want it. And the soles of the feet. Can you spread the toes on both feet? Spread the little toes. Nice, Becky. Nicely in. Larry toes. You work on that. It's really good. Okay, now rather than hoisting the leg up through center, just release the right leg down to meet the left leg and roll onto your back and sort of sort yourself out through center. Feel the difference from side to side, if any. Hopefully the right leg feels like a little heavier. You might go ahead and sort of manually widen the butt cheeks. That'll help. We'll bend the left leg in. Take the strap across the ball of the left foot. And as you sort of pull, the strap is right over the ball of the foot. And as you pull down, press up through your heel. Draw the shoulder blades together and press the bottom heel, knee, and thigh into the earth. And press the left thigh back. Belly breathing through the nose, jaw soft, eyes soft, face soft. Take both sides of the strap into the left hand and open the left leg out to the left. Spread the toes, the little toes on both feet. Nice. the toes. Breathe and feel. Bend your leg a little. Knee towards your chest. Okay, now press your thigh bone back. You okay there? And rather, like one or two more of the deepest, fullest breaths here, and then rather than hoisting the leg back up, just release the left leg down. Roll onto your back, widen the butt cheeks. Everyone should have balls within a hand's reach. If they're not, call me over and I'll help you find them. And you can keep them toted or untoted them and just place them right at the center back of the skull. Right at the center back of the skull. I like to hold keep my hands there and hold them in place. And you can keep them close together or loosen the toe if you want them a little wider apart. This is not one size fits all, and it's not an exact science. It's just that there's tension here in the back of the skull that we're gonna roll out. So that now the weight of the head, again another very heavy, weighty part of the body, could be as grounded as the legs. So just if you imagine there's a center back of your skull, an equator line, and go a little bit south of the equator, and gently nod your head yes. And then gently nod your head no. And as you gently nod your head no from side to side, you're bringing the weight of your skull more fully onto one ball and then the other. But you're driving, you're in control, so you decide how much pressure you want there. And the next time you nod your head no to the right, pause there on the right side and nod your head yes. And then nod your head no to the left, and pause on the left side and nod yes. And come back to center. We're going to nod the head no to the right again. And either nod yes, or if your neck feels okay with it, you can do little circles. Go one direction a few times and then see if the other direction is also accessible. Just exploring, notice what you feel what you notice. We'll nod the head no to the left when you're ready, and on the left side, either yes nods or little circles. Slowly at your own pace. And come back to center. We're going to nod the head no to the right again. And this time you can manually roll, adjust the ball so that the right ball is closer to behind the right ear. Higher, lower, and just wider to the right. And you can nod yes or no or do little circles. So just sort of coming off the midline more to the, I guess that would be your eastern, southern hemisphere of the skull. And then when you're ready, back through center, and we'll take it to the left, to the west side. Closer behind the ear, a little higher or a little lower. Nodding yes, nodding no, and or circles. And then observe, to witness as the breath circulates in you, as you, through you, from you, and all in between us. More deeply and more fully and more freely, like a thread, each heart like a pearl on the thread of the breath. Invite a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And as you deepen your breath, feel how naturally